So let's continue. Now I'm going to my standard size sockets. This one I found on the junkyard in the trunk of the car. They were submerged in water, so they were a little rusted. It's actually SK brand name, not so bad. Missing few sizes, and I destroy one size. But this is 3/4 inch. This is what I'm using for my 3/4 and for my 90mm fasteners. 5/8. I'm sorry, this is 5/8. When I happen to work on BMW, do the rear brakes, I use it because it has 16mm bolts in there, as well as the front brakes. So this is where you can still use your standard sockets on metric cars. And 7/16 is like 11mm. I haven't used it for like 5 years probably. Now this is half-inch. This is actually Husky. I borrowed recently for some test. To test the fastener, to test this socket on the fastener, and it seems to work very well on some 13mm fasteners, 13mm head, where a head is not in the good condition. You just press it in, push it in, and you can do it without resorting to this type of socket, which was 13mm. So basically you can use 1, 2, and 3. Don't use 14/16 or 11/16 sockets. They very loose and they will round your corners. Now let's go to the big ones. This one is 30mm, my recent purchase, 30mm deep. This one used for Toyota axle nut or spindle nut for CV axle on the front wheel drive. I used to have a standard size socket, and I found out that when it works perfectly on my former 1987 Toyota Camry, it cannot work anymore on anything made close to 2000 because they had very long spindles sticking out. So after little exercise, I managed to remove the axle nut from 99 Corolla using my standard length socket, but the next step, once I went from the junkyard, I immediately ordered westward from Granger. It's 30mm, and this is what I use. This one I bought on the swap meet. It was little rusted. 24mm socket, or also known as 15/16. I used it in the past for the camshaft bolt on 1979 Toyota Supra. It has 4ME engine. When I did head gasket, I used this one to remove the cam shaft to sprocket bolt, and it was left-hand thread. Also, it can be used for some, let's say, power steering outlet. This one is 22mm. What is that? It's SK. Inherited it rather from my late friend who passed away due to the drinking problems. He drank everything what he can do, and eventually he passed away. So I got this worn out socket, but it still works very well on the front struts on Toyota cars. Now my recent purchase, westward impact quality, 3/4 inch. It's very valuable for suspension work. Same but chrome type. I found it after I already bought this guy, so I bought it as well. This one is for the wheels. I'm sorry, for the lug nuts. This one, if you have Cadillac and want to do rear brakes, then you have to use 18mm size. Mazdas which /Fords and General Motors metric using 18 millimeter size both heads, so you can use this one. This one was the cheapest one, $250 on sale, actually even less than Craftsman Professional. This one is 17 millimeter. It's another workhorse, half-inch drive, impact quality to take the brake rotor brackets from all Toyota cars. And this one is light duty. I had it before impact, bought it also from Granger, Westward. So far this brand works good, because I can say from the experience using my 30 millimeter 12-point socket, works very well, no failures over past 3 years. Well, I use it, let's say, not very often, not 24/7, not 8 hours per day, not on every weekend, but whenever I go to the junkyard, I feel very comfortable using this brand name. So for occasional projects, you can take average quality tool, but 14 and 12, those should be the best, as well as 17. And be sure to get them 6 points, because we will have to provide a lot of torque. Really quick, homemade combination, amputated Allen wrench, 3/8 pressed and epoxy secured with what's that, 3/8 inches standard socket. This one is better because it has replaceable bit, but sometimes you need very firm grip on the bit. So once it wobbles like this, it makes it universal, but it may not be very desirable. I believe it's, let me look, T50. And finally, this is solid piece. It's not homemade. I found it near the Pep Boys store. And this one is for draining transmission fluid on most Toyota cars. So this will conclude my big sockets, and now whatever is left here, my not so often used stuff. Let me move the camera again. With this one, let's start with this one. This one is modified, messed up, 7/8, which is 22 millimeter